What's going on, everybody? Spaceballs here. Welcome back to another Slime Memories video. Alright, today I'm going to show you guys 7 ways to push your EP/power. Some of these might be obvious, some not so much, but I did want to showcase them here today with you guys just in case you were stuck and you couldn't figure out how to push your EP past a certain point. I was literally able to take my EP from 60,000 all the way up to 120,000 within seconds of just doing these few things. So with no further ado, let's just get right into this one. And the first one I want to talk about is leveling up your character. And this is one of those obvious ones where you're going to look at it and say, well, obviously, if I level up my character, I'm going to get more EP. And yes, but the one thing I'm going to say about doing this and leveling up your characters is try to max them out as quick as possible. A lot of people I noticed are just bringing them up to level 40 or level 50, and then they're saving this dust. There's no reason for you to save this magic dust. If you have some of it, use it on your current team. Don't let the dust sit here. It is much better off for you to put it into your current units, heroes, characters, companions, whatever you want to call them. But don't let it sit here. Once it gets up to like 200,000, get in here and max out your current team. That is going to boost your team power more than you would think it would. I see a lot of accounts where people are just sitting at level 50, but then they have almost 500,000-600,000 dust just sitting here doing nothing and being wasted. So the best advice I can give you for leveling up your characters is get them maxed out as quick as possible. And your support characters as well, because your support characters will also boost your team EP, which we'll get into in just a second. Next one is ability release. This one is kind of obvious, but the thing with this one is sometimes you don't realize that you can do this because it's locked behind your build menu, just like everything else in the game. So one thing I'll tell you guys is keep an eye on this. Every time you clear something in your build menu or you clear more campaign, always come back to this and look and see if you can go to the next level, because almost for 2 days I was sitting here and I didn't realize that I could do level 2 on all my characters. So I was wasting out on EP that I could have had if I would have just went back and took a look at it. Sometimes it'll be unlocked as well. You just won't have the materials. So once you farm up the materials, you'll be able to come in and unlock them. It's not necessarily that it's locked behind the battle menu. It's that you don't have enough materials to unlock the current ability release. The best recommendation I give you for this is on your current team, do every single one of these, regular characters and support characters, because again, anything that you do on your support character will boost your overall team EP. Next up is Awakening. Again, this is the obvious one. Obviously, you can't do this if you don't pull dupes. They do allow you to farm resources in the game to be able to also get the Awakening stars, but early on this seems hard to farm for 5 stars. 4 stars, I have a lot of this material already, so that's a little bit different. Just make sure you're using it on the right units or units that you're going to use long term. I don't think this one is as important to your overall EP. Obviously, this will boost your EP, but I don't think this is like a fast way to do it, like leveling up an ability release, because leveling up your characters and doing the ability release will give you quick, fast EP. This is something that you're going to do over time. So as far as this goes, if you get the dupe, obviously you're going to do it. If not, there's nothing you can do about it. I don't think it's a necessity when you first start breaking into slime. Next up is equipment, and this helps a lot boosting your EP really, really fast. And being that the material is different for 1-star and 2-star gear, and then 3-star and 4-star gear, and then I think 5-star is different as well. I haven't opened up my 5-star forge yet, so I'm not sure about that. But I think all the materials are different. I would just recommend you guys doing what I did for quick, fast EP. Go in there, craft a set for each one of your main characters, even your support characters if you can, if you have enough resources to do so. And then just level it all up to level 20. And this will give you really, really quick EP. I think this boosted me almost 15,000 EP just by making a set for each one of my characters, support and regular, and then leveling it up to 20. I won't touch this gear anymore. I won't go past this. I'm going to wait until my forge is level 3, which I just made it level 3. I wouldn't recommend doing 1-star gear. I think 2-star gear is the way to go because it's pretty easy to get and craft early on. I had no issue crafting 2-star gear for my whole team, support and team included. Next up is skills, and I think a lot of people don't realize how much EP these skills give you. And these are really easy to do, especially if you're farming the stages that give you these skills, which you should be because they're limited to 2 times a day. Definitely be doing that. And also the campaign drops this stuff as well. Certain stages drop it. Always keep an eye on this. And I would say getting everything to level 4 will give you really fast, quick EP. That's what I did on all my characters, supports included. And I mean, I can't even tell you, I literally doubled my EP by doing all of these little things. Some of them are super obvious, but I mean, actually doing it and maxing them out and not just doing it halfway. Just go in there and do it all the way. I promise you they give you more than enough resources to do it. Letting the resources sit there is just a waste in my eyes because then they're just sitting there doing nothing. So I know you think in your head, oh, I'll save them, see what happens, and I'll use them in the future. It's much better to come in here and just use your resources as quick as possible. And this will allow you to clear as much campaign as possible, which will unlock more of the game, which will progress your account that much faster. And then you'll be able to push your EP even more. So if you click on the enhance button, you'll see that you can level these up. Now we can go from 4 to 7. If you're just looking for that quick, fast EP, just get everything to level 4. Don't worry about going to level 7. That's something you could worry about in the future. But just to spike that EP as much as you can early on, just bring everything on all of your characters to level 4. Supports included, because supports boost your team's EP. I don't think it's as much as your main characters, but everything you do on a support character will boost your overall team's EP. So that is something to keep in mind. If you're doing something on your regular units, also do it on the support unit as well. It definitely helps a lot. So that brings me right into the next thing I want to talk about is support units. Support units are so important. I think we've talked about it like 10 times already in this video because everything goes back to the support units. Every time you do something to one of these units, it's going to boost your EP. So I see a lot of accounts that have these support units at level 30, level 29, and this brings me back into the level up. Don't leave that dust just sitting there. Use it on your current team. Every time you put value into your team or put some type of resource into your current team, whether it's support or your regular unit, it is going to boost your overall EP. And again, guys, last stream, I was at 62,000 EP. I did all of these things, and now we're sitting at 117. And this is not my main team. Let me switch over. That's the team I'm using to farm the event. So if you guys are farming the event, you want to use dark units because that's going to give you a bonus boost. Something to just throw in there if you guys are wondering why I have half a dark team. And that's just because on the event, you get more drops and you get a 30% boost by using these dark units. I'm sure you guys know that if you're farming the event. But going over to my main team, we have 122. And that's because if you look at the team, we have maxed all of our supports out as high as we can go. And we maxed our main team out, except for the last unit, the Temptress. And that's because I really want to take Temptress out of my team soon. So I'm trying not to invest too much into him, but it's still a good idea to bring him up as high as I can. And you guys see that I'm still sitting on a ton of dust, so I can still max him out and have enough dust to build up another team. So I guess the whole point of this is don't sit on your resources, get them out there, invest them into your team, and you will see a massive quick spike in your EP. This literally took me 10 minutes to do to double my EP from 60,000 to 122,000 just by doing all of those things and going over my current account. Another thing to do that will also give you a support boost is matching your elements. So your support unit is to match the element of your main units. And when you do that, you'll see that it'll light up the SSR colors. That means you're getting the extra 5% boost. So definitely match your support units with your element the best you can. Obviously, if you can't, you can't. Don't worry about it. You still want to get that support unit leveled up as much as you can. For long-term reasons, definitely match your main element with your support element. It will help a ton because from this, we're getting 5, 10, 15, 20, 25% extra from just matching the elements. And for the last one that we're going to talk about today is interacting/bonding. Now, there's two ways to do this. You can feed your characters from the interact page, but you can also go to your home page and get bond like that. I think you get 144 bond per character you bond with on your home page. I'm going to show you both ways because I think the interacting way is very obvious for people, but then the one on the home page, not so much. So the first one is interacting. That's on the home page here. If you click the third one down, interact, that's going to bring you to the bond page. And this is going to allow you to bond up each character. Now, this gives you gems from bonding up every single time you go up a level. You will get 5 crystals for doing it. Plus, the Shunna event is locked behind the bond as well, so you're going to have to bond up 8 characters to level 8 anyways. But this actually gives you a ton of stats and will also boost your EP. It won't exactly boost your EP fast because this is something you're going to have to do over time. You're not just going to have a ton of food right away to be able to just bond up all your characters. So this is going to take a little bit of time. But over time, this will give you a ton of extra stats and a ton of EP as well. If you have your building set up right, you'll have a ton of food at all times, and you'll be able to constantly bond up your characters. Now, the not so obvious way of doing this is on your homepage. And the funny thing is, I was playing this game for about 3 days before I realized that you can even do this. Laugh at me now, you know I'm an epic fail. But if you click on the bottom right-hand side where it says new and the 6 is lit up, this will allow you to go to each one of these companions and bond up with them. You can't do it from this page. I wish you could. It would just make things a lot easier. But I guess they want you to interact with the town. So whatever your controls are to move around town, you can either be the slime or you can switch over to your main character, whatever you have as your main character. And then you can run around the town and you can literally bond up with each character. And this will give you 144 bond each time you do it. And I believe you can do this quite a few times per day. I think I've been doing it 4 or 5 times per day, something like that. Don't take me to the bank on how many times you could do it, but constantly check it. Anytime it's lit up and it says new, come in here and bond up as quick as you can because this is definitely going to take a load off. This one, for example, we're so close to level 6. Once we finish this, we're going to go to level 7 and we're going to get a free 5 gems from it. And this also drops tokens for one of the shops. And it also drops heal potions. So this is a pretty big one. Now, obviously, this isn't going to boost your EP fast, but over time, this will definitely give you a ton more EP and just stats in general. So it is definitely something to boost your EP over time. And if we click through this, we'll see we get 5 gems. We're getting HP 0.4%, attack 0.4%, and defense as well 0.4%. And then we're going to click OK. and we will either get a healing potion or we will get tokens for the shop once we finish this out. Just a bunch of clicking. It's kind of annoying because you have to click a bunch of times. If you have 6 companions on the screen, you have to go and do this for each one. But trust me, it's definitely worth doing, so get in there and do this if you didn't know about it. Don't be an epic fail like me. And the last thing I want to talk about, a little bonus here, number 8. And I don't recommend doing this unless you have 3-star gear. You can also enhance your gear, which will give you quick EP. Now, the one thing I do recommend, which we talked about before, is bringing your gear up to level 20. If you are going to use a piece of gear, at least bring it up to level 20, because that will give you a spike in EP, which will help your overall team value. So if you are just going to use something, just level it up to 20. It really doesn't cost that many resources and very easy to do. If you look at most of my main units, we're all leveled up to 20. Not all of it, because I do plan on replacing this gear really soon, because I just finished my level 3 forge. So I didn't want to invest too much into this myself, but this will definitely give you a massive spike in EP if you decide to level up your gear to level 20, whether it's 1-star, 2-star, or 3-star. It really doesn't matter. Just by leveling it up, it gives you a spike in EP no matter what the grade of the gear is. So I hope this helps you guys in pushing up your EP or doubling your EP, because I'm sure if you guys go in there and look at your current account and look at everything I just showed you, there's things that you could do to push your EP, probably double than what it is now. If you guys have anything to add to this, of course, comment down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Thank you guys so much for the support here on YouTube. I believe we just hit 4,000 subs, so we will be starting the sub celebration soon. Thank you guys so much for the awesome support. If you want to follow me on Twitch and Discord, those are always linked down below. We do 2 monthly giveaways on Discord, random giveaways on Twitch. If you want to be a part of the random giveaway that we do here on YouTube, all you have to do is sub to the channel, like and comment on my past 10 videos, and that will automatically enter you to the random giveaway. I truly do love each and every single one of you. I will see you in the next one. Spaceballs out. Peace.